Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another quick gameplay. This time I have an old favorite, Yisan the Wanderer Bard. And I've got a pretty cool game. I know it's been a while. Work has been absolutely killer. I was on 9 days in a row. Finally got some time off to record for you guys. Hope you enjoy the video. I know it's not much, but it's something for you guys to break up your days. Happy Easter to everyone who celebrates it as well. Alright, so I'm playing against Anfibol with this Bird's Paradise emblem. Pretty sweet. I switched over to Zedju. Zedju was my first EDH deck, and still got a soft spot for her. Alright, so I have an iffy hand. I do have turn 2 Yisan, and I have haste, which immediately puts me on the lines for the Priest of Titania Temur Sabertooth lines, or Route to Victory. So knowing that I have haste and turn 2 Yisan, if I'm feeling good about it, I feel pretty confident about this. Conversely, if my opponent's on a blue deck, I might want to not do turn 2 Yisan for the fear of Gilded Drake. It's specifically Gilded Drake that concerns me, because this hand is actually cold to that one card. If my opponent is on a blue deck and has Gilded Drake, I most likely just lose. There's no real way that this hand gets back. There's no draw power. It's highly reliant on Yisan. Sure, Oracle does draw, but draws lands, something I already have in abundance. Anfibol is playing Niv-Mizzet the Firemind. So I'm immediately scared of Gilded Drake. Niv-Mizzet is also very good. It can punish me if I don't have draw power or tempo, because Niv-Mizzet can just combo the game, and I auto-lose. So definitely got to be on the lookout for that. I win the dice roll, thankfully. Just a good luck, have fun message over there. Something else that I've noticed is this hold to auto mana is still bugged. I've changed some of my bindings because I bought a new mouse, but that is still bugged, and it's a real issue for Yisan decks and other big mana decks like mine. So I definitely lead on the turn 1 Llanowar. Tap land. Alright, so do I go with Yisan and risk Gilded Drake, or do I go with Lightning Greaves? And I make the decision of Lightning Greaves here, because if I don't do that, next turn I either have the option of trying to play Greaves or activate Yisan. Now if I do untap, I'm in a pretty good position because I can leave up Yisan activation and get Sylvan Safekeeper. But I really don't want to be in the situation where I'm sacrificing lands against the control combo deck. I feel like I'm going to win this game by big mana. So I decided to go with the Greaves line, which is definitely more conservative. Misclick, type in, there we go. Attack in, not type in, my apologies. Alright, and I tap, and then I decide I'm not going to lose this game to mana drain. I steadfastly refuse to lose to mana drain here. My opponent, I jumped through it real quick. It's said in over here, waiting for Anfibol to pay costs. So that makes me think that he's immediately got something at 2 or 3 mana that he wants to do. Maybe it was a development play like a mana rock, or maybe he's really next leveling me, making me think that he's got something, and then he doesn't, and he's just cold and has to sit on a counterspell. Either way, it makes me think that he has counter magic, so I decided to not even run Yisan out yet. So I'm on pace to be able to play Yisan, Greaves, and activate all in the same turn here. My opponent goes with Frantic Search, pitches Invoke the Firemind, which is a big burn spell, or big draw spell. Yeah, so it is a Blue Sun or Fireball for more mana, and Desolate Loot House. And gets a Soul Ring into, well, you got a 5 mana, man. Venser's Journal, something I could not care less about. No max hand size, but your hand is 3. Fine by me. I will win this game despite your final life total. Pick up Wild Growth, it's a free play here. And I am now at the point of Yisan, or I could play Yisan and not get an activation. I go for a little bit more of a greedy line, which is Oracle Moldiah, hope to hit 1 land off the top, which I do, and then I can play Yisan as well off that 1 additional land. So I get rewarded for my greed a little bit and my patience. Look at that development turn. 1, 2, 3 spells played, Lightning Greaves on my commander, in for 2. and my opponent only gains 3 back up. They went shields down for a sec, so I pick up Concordant Crossroads, play 2 lands off the top. Damn, that draw power. And now I have active Yisan. And decide to... I have so much mana in play now that even though this is the first turn that I've gotten to use a Yisan activation, because I've been patient, I can just chain... Teamer Sabertooth on top there. I can just start chaining my Yisan activations in a single turn. So I go and get the Quirion Ranger first. Move the Greaves to Oracle. Bounce to untap Yisan. Move them back. Activate Yisan again. And the reason I move them back is I want to be able to have Yisan protected while he's tapped, so to speak. Because by moving even if they respond to me moving them over, I can activate Yisan in response and change my lines, so to speak. But if Greaves hits, then I can activate Yisan and continue down my same line. Even though I have this Concordant Crossroads in hand that I do plan to play this turn, because my opponent has Lightning Greaves, haste doesn't really matter on global for my opponent. They have far fewer creatures than me, so this is way, way more powerful for my board than it is for my opponent's. Play the Crossroads. I'm going to get in for some damage here. I'm going to activate Seeker of Skybreak and move Greaves back over. I think about doing this during my opponent's turn. There's really nothing to be gained by doing that, and this lets me move Greaves over for this as well. So I'm not it's better to just do it now, even though I plan to use Yisan. And right here, the line that I'm thinking is this was the turn that I'm in danger of my opponent appealing Red Source, Niv-Mizzet, Curiosity, Win. And it's exactly that. Very few cards in hand. It's unlikely. They do need 2 specific, or 1 specific card and 1 semi-general card as a red source to play the Niv-Mizzet. But they have just enough to do that, if I remember Curiosity. I believe it costs a single blue. My opponent plays the Niv-Mizzet, Greaves it up, and I immediately feel better because now they cannot put Curiosity into play on Niv-Mizzet. And I think this was definitely a mistake if they were trying to have that as an out. That said, I have Yisan going up to 3 here. You know what I'm going to be getting? Fierce Empath, and because they already put Niv-Mizzet into play, the Terastodon... Why does this keep getting bigger? The Terastodon line no longer matters because they have Niv-Mizzet. It doesn't win me the game anymore. Now I'm going to go for the Woodland Bellower play. And this is why I love Woodland Bellower in this deck. Oh my god. If any of you know why this is happening, please tell me. Is it because I've been shrinking the card? Is that it? Let's close these. Maybe it'll just stay. Alright. It's small again. So I'm going to crack... Oh, and it's big again. Every time I go into the deck. Alright, so I'm going to crack Windswept Heath, see Trinisphere. As much as I would like Trinisphere right now, I don't terribly want it. I'm going to go get Woodland Bellower, get Priest of Titania, and now Yisan moves up to 4 here, as you can see. You still recording? Yeah. Alright. Activate, make some mana, go get Teamer Sabertooth. God, I hate that. Why, Moto? Let me snap this to the side. Let me do the same things that I do with my commanders. Let me have this symbol here on the deck box. Alright, so we're going to Teamer Sabertooth demonstrate the loop. My opponent, for their credit, will not concede. And I say that I'm going to go get Azuri. Chameleon Colossus on top of the deck. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go up to 5, get Deranged Hermit. And I get Deranged Hermit just to have some extra power, and it is an elf to increase this clock. And I do still have a land drop, so my plan is to use the land drop to flip Nissa and draw one of the cards that I end up seeing if I see something good. So continue my loop. I don't need the Scrib Ranger naturally. I bounce Yisan here to reset him so I can go 1, 2, and 3 and get Azuri. See the Trinisphere on top, and that's what I've been waiting to see something good off of Nissa with. Play a land, flip Nissa, draw the T-Sphere, play that, and I have exactly... And now because I've been diligent about putting additional elves into play, Deranged Hermit, I have still enough to continue this loop underneath the Trinisphere. But it locks my opponent out of any potential spells they might have. I don't know what they could have. I would have absolutely used whatever it was by now. And you'll see I've moved Lightning Greaves onto Temur Sabertooth just for good practice to keep Sabertooth from being exiled to some random effect, because he is the most integral piece of this loop here. While Priest of Titania is good, I can replace it when I activate Yisan for 3. So I don't need Priest of Titania when I can go and get other sources of the infinite mana. Temur Sabertooth is my only bounce effect, though. I hate Oracle will die right now so much. Alright. I think that's the last time I go into the deck. Yeah, I have Zuri in play. I make exactly 10 mana. Go down to, or 11 mana, go down to 8 to play the Priest. I'm going to leave Priest untapped. Tap my last 2 lands to make an even 10. Double pump with Zuri. Crash into the red zone. All of my squirrels. And that's why I got Deranged Hermit and bounced him with the Wirewood Symbiote that I got off Yisan when Yisan went to 1. Just to increase my squirrel count, because doing this gave me an additional 8 power on the board that is hard to block. Into the red zone, block, tap, draw, kill Wirewood Symbiote, not that it matters. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed, guys and girls enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video to anyone you think might enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below what mistakes you saw that I could have made a little bit tighter. I think I was correct in playing around with the potential mana drain. I was so dead to any Gilded Drake shenanigans that it's just too terrifying to walk into something like that, because for all I know, my opponent could have been holding Gilded Drake the entire game and never had the opportunity to use it because I played the Lightning Greaves line so close to the vest. I hope you guys learned a little bit about this and learned that even though Yisan can come down on turn 2, sometimes it might not always be the correct decision. You have to be judicious with what resources you have available on the board and in your hand and play that game. I know that from experience with the deck that I know that Yisan is going to be my only route to victory, and you can very clearly see that he did what he needed to do. But you can't expose your only option to such devastating removal like mind control effects if you can avoid that. And I wasn't under any pressure to not avoid it because my opponent was on a single red for so long. That said, if my opponent had additional dual lands, I probably would have been like if my opponent had gone Swiftwater Cliffs, Steam Vents, then Fetch Hawk, I'd probably be a lot more concerned about sweepers, red sweepers, Slag Storm type effects, Anger of the Gods, and I might have played my lines very differently just because of what my opponent showed me that they had access to. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below. You want to see more Yisan? Have you been enjoying the Marin videos that I've been posting? Alright, I'll see you all in the next one.